Be a good thing if I did this. It's, you know, I'm very good at not hitting the right buttons first thing in the morning. I think I need post-it notes. Good morning, it's TKR Mornings. You should now be able to hear me. The rest of the world, Francesca, you were able to hear me. Made sure that we could hear each other today, but now we got to make sure that I make sure that they hear us this morning.
Yeah, no, I can hear you. I can see you. Nice hat, by the way. Hope
Thanks.
you had a nice weekend.
I did very much. Lots of turkey, lots of food. How was yours?
I think I had a lot to eat, definitely. I don't know if I gained a pound or two, but, you know, it was all good and fun seeing some family. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, I definitely ate a lot of food. Did that. Oh, keep eating. But I'm still so full, then walk past the plate of turkey. I'm like, oh, turkey, bread sauce, just dip it in and keep on eating. But no, it was nice to spend time with the family, a little relaxed. We both took yesterday away from doing the show to sort of just have today, be thankful for what we have. So we've got a great show planned. We have at 7:30, roughly, because we're running a little bit behind. We've got good news coming up at 8 o'clock. We're going to do Read It, Reddit, where we're going to be talking more about food. And then at 8:45, we'll be finally kicking off Riff Royale, where it's Team Gizmo or Team Francesca. You want Team Gizmo, let's face it.
I heard that. What was that?
Wow. Those are fighting words this morning then, so that's excellent.
Okay.
Gotta have my fun somewhere, right? Excellent. So we are going to kick off the morning, as we're a little bit behind, with 15 minutes of non-stop music. We will be back.
Mornings with Gizmo and Bonnie. 15 minutes of non-stop music.
Need to fix that ID.
Now.
Whoops.
I won't push him on. You know you always come above, and I catch myself get hurt. If that's what you want, and if you need it too, don't look back, take your time, think all this through. You always change your mind and leave me in the wild. Don't wanna always be aside. I'll step back from you, so now you'll think this through. Give you space, I won't wait in your long queue. ashes on the ground. It's you who calms me down. Your heart is what I need. Even if I bleed, I'm afraid what you say, let's grow that seed. Don't step on my dreams, I'm giving you my ears, and trust you in my fears. I'll embrace your flaws and pass you all my warmth that will travel the world from south to north. Even if we part our ways forever, we won't lose that love, what we had together. What we had together. Let's take a leap of faith that we'll see each other. See each other. Give our hearts a break so we can recover. Lost in your dreams, found in your tears, to know I'm growing. Follow that beat, listen to my heart slowing. Lost in your soul, found in your home, I follow that calling. Lost in your dreams, found in your tears, to know I'm growing. Follow that beat, listen to my heart slowing. Lost in your soul, found in your home, I follow that calling.
Just wanna please you. You're running around my mind, not trying to tease you. I'm chasing butterflies, so tell me what you do if I stayed on your mind. Don't wanna miss you. We're running out of time. I wonder if it's true that you wanna be mine. So tell me what to do, 'cause I don't have a clue. Riding roller coasters, I think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep a secret if I had the choice. You're looking at me like I'm fine. Am I about to lose my mind? Running circles in my head, keep thinking about what she said. It's getting so cold now, so come and warm me up. I don't really know how to tell you what I want. I don't know what to do. Should I get over you? I've waited too long, so please come and help me out. I'm thinking I should go. I really wanna know. It's so hard to define. Can you give me a sign? Running roller coasters, I think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep it secret if I had the choice. Running roller coasters, I think of you the most. I don't want to ignore it if you want me more. Going through the motions, hiding my emotions. Wouldn't keep it secret if I had the choice. You're looking at me like I'm fine. Am I about to lose my mind? Running circles in my head, keep thinking about what you said. I know that you're the reason why I never wanna say goodbye. Running circles in my head, what did you mean when you said? journey is not pure gold. I am ready, ready to hold on. Face everything that comes my way. I will never ever run away. Now it is time to prove myself. Yeah, I was born to excel. My heart beats only for that. In its rhythm, I find my path. Coming straight to my peak. What drives me is my dream. Never look back to the past. I will win. Coming straight to my peak. What drives me is my dream. Never look back to the past. I will win. The step that can get us so far. Coming straight to my peak. What drives me is my dream. Never look back to the past. I will win. Coming straight to my peak. What drives me is my dream. Never look back to the past. I will win.
Living in a dream life, never wanna survive. Don't think I'm right. Need you in me. I can't see my own life. Please tell me what's on your mind. I tend to think of your eyes, give me chills up my spine. Don't think it's alright. Look like this all the time. I won't really pay no mind. You give me chills up my spine. Why do you make me cry? When I lay here in my bed, I see you all the time. There's music in my head, I need to wake up and scream. But you never let me go, and I wanna be in your dreams. I can't see my own life. Please tell me what's on your mind. I tend to think of your eyes, give me chills up my spine. Don't think it's alright. Look like this all the time. I won't really pay no mind. You give me chills up my spine. You pick me up and pull me out again. You turn me on, I don't know where to begin. You're in my head again, I want you to stay. Walk in my brain, you'll see there's not much to say. I can't see my own life. Please tell me what's on your mind. I tend to
Welcome back to TKR Mornings. I am Gizmo, that is Francesca. That was 15 minutes of non-stop music, and if I'm good at what I was doing this morning, there should be a fancy new little visual popping up. Oh, I think it worked. It worked. 3. There should have been music to it, but you win some, you lose some.
Let's give a round of applause.
Hey, good news! I did a thing! This is excellent. So now I have to make sure I do another thing, and that will just stay up there all shiny and distracting. So this morning, lots of good news. We had some lists, and you know what? It does touch on artificial intelligence. It's only as good as the question you ask it. I asked it to cite its sources, and it did so very well, and it only gave me the main page 3 times. Actually, 6
So
times.
smart.
Yes,
That's
absolutely
so
useful.
smart.
So hopefully I can find these somewhere in here, but our main articles today, or our topics today, are farmers use AI to predict crop health, saving thousands. Well, I hope they're not using my AI because it's not doing so well today. Number 2, local farmer donates over £2,000 of produce to a food bank. And solar-powered farming tools are changing the landscape of agriculture. So now here's the kicker. Can I use good news really easily and just hope, for the love of God, it pops up right in front of me? Would that be easy? Yeah, it would. Will it happen? No, it really isn't. No. Yes, do you know what the key thing is? If you fall flat on your face, pick yourself up and just keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yep, that's you're just watching me pick myself out of the dirt. But yeah, I found some good news. It's not what I just
Going already.
Wow.
There we go.
Very nice. Let's start with some good news anyway, rather than me just stare blankly at a screen and you watch me do that, as entertaining as that may be. A dog sits down in the middle of the road and didn't move until officers followed the dog to save the owner's life. This comes from Washington State. Story of a senior citizen being saved by his senior canine, who risked her life obstructing traffic in order to find help. This happened on September the 25th. The unnamed 84-year-old owner of this pooch, named Geeta, fell, hurt his leg, and couldn't move. The Geeta then ran down the main road, where she stood on the paving lines waiting for someone to stop. That's you got to. Dogs are really quite impressive in that manner. Like, what does it go do? It goes and finds another human. Like,
They're pretty smart. Yeah, maybe he's gonna go find back his owner.
yeah, but you think that dog wasn't necessarily trained for that specific thing. It was just in the moment type of thing. Like, the dog obviously knew to go get help, like Lassie, essentially, right? Maybe there's some truth to
Yeah.
that TV show.
I don't know. I never watched that. What is that show?
Oh, it was all about a dog. There was a kid and a dog, and this dog would basically be the hero of the day. It would come back and it would bark at the humans. They're like, "What's that, boy? What? Tim has fallen down a well. Goodness!" And then the Lassie leads them. It was a lot of photography of. I can't think of the dog, but actually, Mum, if you're listening, what's the dog in the movie Lassie? What type of breed is it? Anyway, it's a lot of slow motion shots of this dog bounding through
Nice,
fields,
nice.
saving the day. It was interesting. The Australians followed that up with Skippy. Same premise, but it was a kangaroo who came to save the day.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little random, but it's the way it goes today. Actually, speaking of food, have you ever tried kangaroo?
Kangaroo?
Yeah,
Have you tried alligator? Like no.
I have tried alligator
Oh
actually.
my.
It's
Well,
not.
you have some kind of accent. Are you from Australia? Like, where are you from?
Australia, how dare you? That's where we shipped all our convicts. I mean, cousin, no, what? Did I say that out loud? No. No, Australian, but you're probably right in saying a lot of people do mistake me more so now they're like, "Oh, you're Australian." And I think that's because I've been in Canada 20 years now. I have a little bit of, according to my UK friends, a North American twang to when I speak.
What?
Yeah, no. When I go back there, they're like, "Wow, you sound so North American." I'm like, do I?
Really? No.
Yeah, and then when I come back here, everyone's like, "Wow, you sound so English again." I'm like, this is weird.
Mm.
Do you do that? Do you ever copy people's accents, whether intentionally or not?
I think that's been happening quite a lot lately.
If you started to perform like My Fair Lady or something, getting the proper pronunciation, the rain in Spain stains mainly on the plain.
I notice it does happen very unintentionally. I don't even know how to do it on the spot. It just happens. So maybe you'll hear from me. Gotta stay tuned to hear it.
Yeah, let's see how good your English accent is. I mean, that happens a lot to people around me. They come up to me, "Oh, I didn't mean to do that." And I'm like, it doesn't bother me if it I don't quite understand why it happens, but in the same context, I'll do that with people from Northern England. Anyone from sort of the north of England sounds like this. Or back in day, didn't have internet. And if I'm around them, I end up sort of mimicking. I don't know what it is. So I'm not immune to doing that. It's just more so I sound challenged when I try an American accent, so I just don't bother. When people go, "Oh, do an American accent," no, it's not pretty.
That's all right. That's all right. Interesting.
Little off topic for good news, but fascinating nonetheless. Oh, we must find out today why turkeys for Thanksgiving. We did ask that question last.
That's a good one. Yeah.
If anyone knows and wants to let us know, just drop us a line in the chat. We will get on to one more article of good news here. What should we do? Wow, this is interesting. Rescue team finds a dog stranded in a tree 20 feet up and reunites her with the family after Hurricane Helen. Is it Helen or Helene? Helene. Helene? I know. It's
Hel.
It's Helen with an E at the end, so I'm assuming that's Helene.
Could be a silent E.
Well, then what's the point of it? They're running out of names. They're just being all fancy now. Noah. Humans aren't the only loved ones being rescued in the wake of the hurricane. The situation looked desperate for a dog that lived in Jonesboro, Tennessee, when flooding overtook her home, and her family almost gave up hope that she survived. But on Wednesday, October 2nd, the Niltucky River receded, and the Kingsport Fire Department was out surveying wreckage with the team of rescue workers. A canine dog was helping the search for casualties when he began barking uncontrollably. The bloodhound was walking and then just started going crazy. Then he just happened to look up, and in the tree, he was like, "Oh my God, there's a dog in the tree," which, is probably quite a surprising thing. It's a good thing he did look up in the end, because they do say, or most people just tend not to look up, right? So
the dog climbed the tree?
No, there was a dog that obviously got stuck in a tree from the floodwaters, and after that, the water
How did he get
receded.
in the tree?
It's not exactly clear, but I'm assuming the floodwaters were so high that he kind of got swept into sort of lower branches and scrambled up the tree. It doesn't actually say. Unfortunately, the people also watched their home float away like an ark. And the dog has woken up, so that means it's time for some music. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we're going to be discussing artificial intelligence in agriculture, and is it a good, a bad thing? What can we learn from it? Yes, puppy, I'm coming. And then at 8:45, we're going to get into Riff Royale, where myself and Francesca will be battling it out with the best of who we think is... I saw that out of the corner of my eye. No, it's not going to be you. It's going to be me, because let's face it, I can rig it. No, that's not going to happen. This is going to be completely fair. I won't try and cheat my way to a win if I feel like I'm losing, but I won't lose. My team's better than yours, and it's just a fact. But enough trash. Right. At the very least, I will drag you down with me and the baby goats.
Eat my dust.
Them be fighting words.
It's not part of the race. It's not where you render or how fast you fly, or if you're going slowly. Walk the miles in both directions. You ready to go? Don't fool yourself. It's the same old connection. Kick and scream, jump on the table, give me love stand. Why you looking at me? No fair. You said I don't know how to know, but know if you're coming on, I won't let go. If you're upside down, up in heaven below there, I can drag you down with me. If you're upside down, up in heaven below there, I can drag you down with me, drag it down with me. Where you think you're going? Where you think you're headed to? This way, that way, 'cause it's the same as going nowhere. Feel the fear of missing out when it's already over. Don't you know, down below your life will close, so keep running like a one-man show. If you're upside down, up in heaven below there, I can drag you down with me. If you're upside down, up in heaven below there, I can drag you down with me, drag it down with me.
sun come up today. Got me stuck in your shadows waiting. But now you're a million miles away. Pushing on 'cause the light is fading. Feed me the fire, I can't let you go. I'm running in circles, we've been here before. Life's moving fast and I can't let it show. But I need you to know that I can't live without you, breathe without you, even if I fall. Can't think about you, just think about you, I'm losing control. Life goes on but my heart is stuck in a life long ago. You found a new light and I'm chasing shadows. Can somebody find me a time machine? You missed so much of my life when you left me. Wish I could tell you about all the things I've seen. Guess that you were never ready. Won't you bring me a memory I try not to feel? Can't hide behind it, I know this was real. Life's moving fast now, I'm letting it show. I need you to know that I can't live without you, breathe without you, even if I fall. Can't think about you, just think about you, I'm losing control. Life goes on but my heart is stuck in a life long ago. You found a new light and I'm chasing shadows. Can't live without you, can't breathe without you, can't let you go. Can't think about you, just think about you, now I'm chasing shadows.
You are listening to TKR Mornings. Coming up at 8 o'clock, we got Read It, Reddit.
There are times when she knows that this life is not enough, and all the dull platitudes in the world can't make it so. Working hard every day for the bills she still can't pay. She RPGs late at night into someone else's life. Oh, oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Where you gonna be tonight? Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Get ready for the big surprise. When's it gonna be my turn? When's it gonna turn around? When am I gonna wake up happy, knowing what I found? When's it gonna turn around? When's it gonna be my turn? When am I gonna wake up smiling, knowing what I learned? Oh, oh. And she lays out the cards to see how the day will be, and she turns with a sigh. It's another one of these, but the wind blows strong now, and she knows it's only time, just a matter of time, until she spreads her wings and flies. Oh, oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Where you gonna be tonight? Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Get ready for the big surprise. When's it gonna be my turn? When's it gonna gonna turn around? When am I gonna wake up happy, knowing what I found? When's it gonna turn around? When's it gonna be my turn? When am I gonna wake up smiling, knowing what I learned? Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. And she lays her head tonight, and she knows it's still not time, and she dreams with the power of the phoenix in flames, and she thinks that she begins to understand what she has inside. It's not a thing to disavow, it's not to fix, it's not to tame. Oh, oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Where you gonna be tonight? Oh, 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 there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Oh, there's magic coming. Get ready for the rest of your life.
when I turn on the sodding microphones. Every time. Yeah, a moment of silence for the fallen tomatoes that I got from the garden this morning. That's certainly smart farming. If you've got space to grow your own food, yeah, certainly try and do that. Even if it's just a pot, you can grow potatoes in a pot if you wanted to. And let's see if I've got this correct, if I've done it properly. No, wrong, incorrect graphics. Rawr. I think that's the right one. There we go. Correct graphics. Perfect. Time for Read It Reddit. Today we are going to be discussing artificial intelligence and sort of smart farming. And smart farming essentially is using technology, things like automation, sensors like soil sensors, lighting sensors to track your data, and then using the artificial intelligence of it, it then takes that data, learns and trains from it, and works with you or the farmer to sort of predict better planting methods, better regenerative soil techniques, which field had better yields when this was in. And you can just monitor these things, even the GPS tracking of your farm equipment using Internet of Technology things. So my question to you this morning, Francesca, if we're really concerned as a society about processed factory farms, right? These big farms from sort of these massive slaughterhouses with questionable sort of animal treatment ethics. Granted, I know that it's a slaughterhouse, they're going to be killed, but certainly could be treated better. To all these sort of processed vegan foods, if we're going to start putting AI and sort of all these things, do you think that there's a chance we end up steering ourselves further away from our natural food source?
Tools. I think the AI can be a really great tool and used to our advantage, but is it to help us be more nutritious and help the plants get the nutrients that they need to grow faster, better, stronger, riper, all that kind of stuff? Or is it just to help speed up manufacturing so that we can produce more, so that we can tackle the food crisis that's lacking and all that sorts of thing? It's really interesting.
Absolutely. And it's interesting you do point on sort of the food crisis, the lack of food. Here's the funny thing. There isn't a shortage of food at all. I mean, like,
Yeah.
it's just it's the distribution of it. When you look at things like the grocery stores, they cannot give away sort of certain foods like the freshly baked bread at the end of the day in fear of being sued by a homeless person
Yeah.
in case they got food poisoning from the bread. But you think that's a bloke in a suit in a boardroom who has no concept of what it's like to be hungry, versus do you really think a homeless person, I mean, logically, a homeless person to sue somebody requires money. If they had they wouldn't be. It's a flawed, unnecessary thing, and so much of this food is going to waste. Imperfect looking foods, we don't buy it because it doesn't look perfect. It's so. How can we then use AI in that instance to solve the food distribution issue? It's like, do you think that is a way of putting AI in our stores where it's tracking using camera visuals and sort of tracking the level and go, okay, well, people aren't going to buy this anymore, but rather than throw it in a dumpster, which we tend to do, we'll donate it straight away to the food bank on that day? Because okay, I know the food banks, they say, oh, we want non-perishable goods, and that makes sense. But what if we started supplying fresh food daily? Okay, if you don't get it this day, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, we've limited ourselves to only giving sort of food banks these things because of the lack of tracking of our fresh produce. What if we changed that and said, okay, why don't we give our, because we know the levels and when it's coming in, the computer can do the thinking and send it out. Do you think that would be a way?
I think that it's interesting if there is a certain objective of where the AI tools are being used. Are they going to be used in the grocery stores, or are they going to be used in the farmer's hands. Obviously, in either way, it sounds like a very expensive application, but I think that if they're, for example, used in the grocery stores, maybe the sensors and the tools and technology can help monitor like the humidity in the room, etc., for the strawberries, so that it will know, oh, it needs to, it's going to expire soon and stuff like that. Maybe that can help monitor the amount of food that's being ordered by the grocery store, but also on the back end side with the farmers, maybe they can use those tools to their advantage to see what kind of humidity or type of pesticides and all that kind of stuff that needs to be used in order to help grow their crops better, etc.
Yeah, and then it can over time, because obviously with these sort of learning machines, just like a human, it takes time. Okay, a couple of years in farming is really where you're going to start seeing, okay, well, this field did X amount and I was growing this, and maybe the computer has realized, well, actually, because of these conditions in this field, if you switch crop A with crop B, you'll not only regenerate some of the lost nutrients, you'll end up getting a better yield. And it's interesting you talk about who it's expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive to get going. Myself and a couple of business partners out of Unity 314 actually, and you'll see it in the intro to this to TKR Mornings, it says Digital Smart Farm Solutions. And this is something we've been working on over the last sort of 3 to 4 years. And we're just a small ragtag group. Like there's 4 of us. One's got 15 years experience in IoT. I've got my experience in sort of design, BIM, and workflow and process. The other guy's an incredible programmer. And over a summer, he wrote the basics to have a build your own sort of science kit farming sensor. So it could be modular. So depending on who you are and what you need it for, maybe you're a hobby gardener and you just want it to sort of learn some new things, and you only need, say, moisture and lighting sensors, whereas you might have a homestead that needs multiple copies of these with slightly more advanced sensors. So I think when it comes to cost, modular devices that you sort of plug and play. I mean, everything else in life is plug and play, unless you're Apple, and then they'll take ports away and leave you with wireless headphones to only introduce a strap. I digress. I think one of the things is artificial intelligence at the beginning. I think, when did ChatGTP come out? Beginning of 2023, end of 2022, I think. Yeah, like that early days of sort of language, large language model, the chatbot interaction, it wasn't very good, and people are obviously having to custom build these interactive devices. But as it's progressed over the last year, I think now, because there's such an open source of these basic structures, that these sort of sensors and things will become cheaper over time, like to sort of program them all. I mean, the cost of a microprocessor and things like that are sort of market dependent. A lot of the stuff comes from Taiwan. We had the Suez Canal where the ship went sideways and it blocked a lot of microprocessor chips like graphics cards during that time. The prices of those shot up, and having sort of these GPU processors and having the CPUs, you need a lot of power when it comes to processing a lot of real-time data, whether it's GPS tracking or like instant sort of temperature and moisture control.
Yeah, I think like anything, like pretty much all technology, it always starts off as being very expensive, and then as the years go by, things get better, they get more usage, and so the prices start to drop a little more because better technology comes out. Maybe the technology changes over time to better fit the needs of the society or the market. And so I think that, we can obviously take advantage of whatever we have. I think that there's a lot of apps that are out that, like, you could take a picture of your plant and it'll identify that it's an aloe vera, identify it's a hydrangea, and it'll know exactly what it needs. It'll know exactly. I've seen ads like that where it's like, your plant is sick. And it knows by the color of the leaves and the color of the flower and the petals and stuff like that what it needs. And so obviously AI asking chat as well. In addition to that, like using different mechanisms to help to nurture and to help grow the plant better for the needs that we want it to, whether it's for your own house or whether it's for a bigger scale, being it manufacturers and stuff like that. That's really interesting. I think that I hope that the technology can be used for the benefit of the planet Earth. I don't know if that's really where or why the money that it is being spent, but I hope that it is, because we certainly do need it for our generations to come.
Yeah, we've definitely got to sort out a few of these things, especially when it comes to sort of leaving a better planet for our children. But on the flip side of that, maybe we should be leaving better children for our planet. You sometimes look at I went there, and I'm not a parent, so I'm sure there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, you can't say that."
What did you mean by
know.
that? Let's go.
I mean, society isn't really top notch and stellar at the moment. If you look around,
No, that's an understatement. That's okay. Keep going.
yeah. Well, no, I mean, I think we need to do sort of better education in sort of the early days. There seems to be, and it's a bit of a tangent, but it comes back around. Like, sex education for like kids is starting earlier and earlier and earlier, and kids are being sort of taught all of this stuff much earlier than they used to. When really, in the grand scheme of things, perhaps we should be teaching them how to grow their own food first. Like, learn how to grow your own stuff, learn where your food comes from, learn the important skills, and then we'll talk about your dick. Like, it seems a little sort of backwards, our educational system, and that's what I mean by, like, well, if we don't start educating people about regenerative farming, there's a statistic that says if we don't do something in the United Kingdom, there's about 80 harvests left before the soil is toast, before we can't grow anything anymore there. So if we're not educating now for the next generation of farmers, we're going to have a problem. And so with artificial intelligence, it can kind of hold us up for now until we figure out a way to reintroduce this sort of educational thing when it comes to how do you grow your own tomatoes, how do you grow a potato. Like, there are kids in inner city London in the UK who honestly have no idea where milk comes from. It's like, milk comes from the store. No, but you know it comes from, they've never seen a cow. I mean, like, when you're that far removed from your like food source, perhaps getting AI to educate people again isn't such a bad idea, provided, like you say, with the apps. Oh, you take a photo, it's got yellow leaves and it can tell you something, but it's only as good as the training data it's been given. Maybe the information is wrong, or maybe it needs more than just a photo. So again, these modular sensors that we've been working on kind of come into play. Depends on the scalability of it.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I mean, if you ask me, it probably comes down to being really basic stuff, but like, because we've gotten so accustomed to, just going to the grocery store to pick up the apples and stuff like that, I'm not a big fan of that. Obviously, that is the lifestyle that we have. We live these sort of very busy, I put quotations, busy lives, because are we really busy? Are we really productive? Or
we're just
being
distracted
to look busy? Like, it's just all a facade, and all a kind of look to us, right? I think that it's important to have some perspective of like, what do you really mean by busy, right? Like, are you busy because you're with your family? Or are you busy because you think that you need to do something to feel good about yourself by spending the time on some kind of work just to feel a certain type of way? Like, what is the goal? Like we're just all pretending. You hear a lot of people just kind of pretending at work to let the hours go by, they get paid, but like, are they really happy? Like, what's more important, the money that you make, or are you happy getting by and stuff like that? And so, like, I think that a lot of the things that perhaps were basic and that used to be taught at school have been removed from the system. And so it's really sad, because I do think that there is some little bit of intent for that, to remove the education, remove us from being able to grow our own foods and putting what we want into our body. I think that there's a little bit of intention there to kind of do something that's not really ethical, and that is maybe focused on certain companies making more money for their pockets.
Well, I mean, Bill Gates, I think it was sort of last year or the year before, he bought a stack load of farming land in America. Obviously, because he's pretty much the only one who can afford to buy several thousand hectares of sort of agricultural land. And this is the thing. It's like, well, actually, I don't know. Have you seen the Amazon TV show Clarkson's Farm with Jeremy Clarkson?
No, I have not. Sorry.
Clarkson's Farm. Jeremy Clarkson, who used to host Top Gear and the Grand Tour, the car shows, he has a 1,000-acre farm in the Cotswolds in the UK, and he's actually sort of created this show. Basically, he's like, I'm going to be a farmer. How hard can it be? Well, actually, being a farmer is incredibly hard. It's taxing. It's incredibly dangerous. And people say, "Oh, how can growing a potato be dangerous?" I'm like, "Have you seen farm machinery? That stuff can mess you up very bad." But one of the things he was saying is like, what are the governments doing, and what sort of technology is out there? Because in the UK, the farmers were getting subsidies from the government saying, look, we know you're not making enough money by growing the foods. Here's some money every year. And in his first year, when he did it, at the end of the season, as it were, like the farming season and the show, he was like, well, if we take away all the government subsidies after I've paid everybody and all the farm costs, how much did I make? And for a 1,000-acre farm, he made £125, which is like $225 profit for a year. Nobody can live off that, right?
Wow.
So and the farming subsidies are disappearing. Farmers aren't getting as much from the government at all. And then you've got the whole fact that we go from a farm to like a major chain, say Loblaws or whoever it may be, and then to us. So you've got the middleman. So all the food prices get marked up. I mean, we're slightly digressing here from sort of the AI portion, but, well, maybe we should start thinking about ways to, again, use AI. Where's the distribution? Where's all the food coming from? Maybe there's a better way of, like, cutting out these big box stores. Because, I mean, let's face it, the food prices are going up and they're getting massive record returns and profits and stakeholder money. And it's like, well, there's a flaw in the system because eventually they're going to price us out of everything and we won't be able to buy food and then they won't make money and the whole system will crash, right? So what would you say is the best way to get a new message out to people who are sort of on the fence?
I think that the AI technology is great. I mean, if we're going in that direction, I think that we just need to be a little bit more conscious of what we can do as consumers. Obviously, you know, there's certain power structures that are controlling over us. But like, if you ask me, like when we go to the grocery store, half of the aisles, I feel like I don't even go to, just kind of like roll the cart past them because I feel like it's like, is this really food? Like you look at it, like there's just boxes and crackers and chips and stuff like that. And like, trust me, I love those things too. But like, is that really food? And so like, because we live busy lives, I think that we tend to get comfortable eating those types of food. I don't like using that word. But, you know, instead of eating the natural fruits and vegetables and all that kind of thing, we don't have the time to cook, neither myself, right? I don't have the time. Maybe I'm too busy. But like
busy doing what, hey?
So, you know, I think with the AI technology, we can try to use it in the best way possible. Like you said, leaving the best earth for generations to come. But you're also saying we need to leave more people for the generations.
No,
which
not
is
more
really
people,
funny.
better people. In fact, we need
Better
to leave less
people.
people. No, that came out wrong this morning. Not less people. That sounds awful. But no,
that was a stumble for me.
It's certainly an entertaining Tuesday morning. So if you've just joined us, we're discussing sort of food prices, AI, the distribution, like how can smart intelligence sensors help in that regard. And that also kind of leads me on to an idea that I had, and also that I kind of vaguely touched on somewhere online in a forum when looking for some information, which is a grocery store where you go and like it's set up like a greenhouse. So you go into the grocery store, you want an onion, you pick it out of the dirt, and the stuff's sort of growing there, and therefore you can kind of control sort of the distribution and the freshness. So you're making less food, but you're wasting less food at the same time. But obviously, like, you can only have so many onions before you run out. So there's these sorts of questions. Okay, well, how would that work? Would that be for seasonal vegetables or for things that otherwise would, avocados, for example? It's probably cheaper to build a greenhouse and grow them in Canada than it is to ship them and fly them from Mexico, where they're grown, for all those millennials who like their avocado on toast. Wait,
Are you talking about me?
I think I'm a millennial too, so I don't understand the generation naming. It
X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
yeah, and yeah, I think after the millennials, they just started labeling it with letters because I think they know where it's going. There's going to be a lot of them, but we've just tangented there. Yeah, going back to basically the idea of the grocery stores where you pick the fresh. It made me think, well, there's still this sort of remote working thing. So for a long time during COVID, offices downtown Toronto and all over the world, dormant, empty. All these big companies with lots and lots of like money invested into these new properties. One of the companies I work for just renovated their whole downtown office, and then 6 months later, boom, there was no one in the office. And obviously there was this big push to get everyone back in because no, remote working's bad for you, when actually it's not, because people will do the same amount of work whether they're in the office or at home. But just at home, they can sort of break up their day. And I thought, well, what if we turn all of these wasted office buildings downtown into vertical farms? So we can have these hotspot offices like WeWork or whatever it is. But you take a lot of these offices, strip them bare, set them up properly to be vertical farms in the city centre. So therefore, you're getting fresher food. Like, these buildings, stupid amount of energy anyway. And there's ways with green technology and sort of LEED technology and BIM design, you can actually set these things up, and then they wouldn't cost a fortune to run. And then you start to solve the food crisis downtown, like accessibility to better, fresher foods that aren't a fortune. Do you think that would be sort of a better idea than getting people back into the office, turning these big offices and just going, hey, big multi-billion-dollar companies, maybe it's about time you gave some actual money back? I think, like, for a lot of these big companies, and I'm not picking out anyone in particular, but I'm sure you can all think of one, and another, they've got billions and billions of dollars. Like,
Yeah.
and the shareholders, I'm pretty sure, are doing quite well, that maybe 1 or 2 years over the next, like, 3 years or 4 years, they don't get any money. Are they going to starve? No, they're not. How do we? Because that's a tough thing. You're asking people to give up something and give to other people, and obviously, the rich got rich by not giving away their money, right? So how do you go to the people, the ones who can fix it, and say, look, we have this plan, we have these ideas. How do we get you off your high horse and make you realize at the end of the day you won't be able to eat your plastic money or your Bitcoin? Like, do you think yelling and screaming at them, or like a more considered approach?
To get them back into the office, or
to sort of get rid of this whole 9 to 5 commuting for hours, polluting, like traffic, all of this chaos, when we could be using these buildings for a much better purpose. Because
yeah, I think that definitely a lot of people have moved out from the office, which I think is good. I myself as well work from home. Woo! Team work from home. Team Francesca. I think that obviously this is not in the best interest of those who want the moolah in their pocket. But if you ask me, I think that a lot of these buildings could be torn down. Like, why do we need to, like, what are we doing to our planet? We come from this industrial revolution. We started building factories. We started building more cities and all this kind of stuff. And that's great. We're obviously improving or revolutionizing the city, but at the same time, I think we're really damaging the environment. And so if you ask me, I really do care about the air. I really do care about the pollution problems that we have, the climate change, our quality of life. Everything goes into it, our longevity of life. Everything goes into it. And so if these buildings are not being used, it may cost, like you said, billions of dollars, but if we don't need them, tear them down. Our technology is getting better and more improved. And so if more people are working from home, if we're not using these big box stores, if people are not going to, Walmart centers and all these other big box stores, let's get with the program and let's, start treating the environment better because we can, right? It's a privilege that we can. So
It's not just a privilege; it's a responsibility at this point.
It's a responsibility. I like that word. Yeah.
And I think the one thing I would sort of amend to what you're saying, like, I agree, maybe just knocking down these big box stores all over the place, they're hideous and it's a lot of concrete and it's just awful. But when it comes to sort of the downtown core, obviously knocking down tall buildings is tricky. But I mean, if you think about the vertical, there's some buildings downtown that are sort of 30, 40 stories tall, and they're massive. I mean, there's one on the corner of was it Young and Bloor downtown that has got multiple different businesses in it on multiple floors. But actually, if you strip it bare bones and set it up, you've got hundreds of thousands of square feet of prime indoor growing. And there's nothing wrong. Like some people are, plants grown in sort of inside. No, there's nothing wrong. We're just mimicking a light source with LEDs. You're blowing fans around. You're going to use probably the same amount of energy to do that as you are having all these people in the office with the lights on and the internet usage and things. And with come around to artificial intelligence, a lot of it could just be automated. So you wouldn't need a heavy staff, only a staff to sort of maintain the artificial intelligence, and then to sort of just to kind of have a human in the loop type of thing, right?
Yeah, and I think that even within the article, like the use of labor may be minimally required, but if we're going to take advantage of AI with robots and all sorts of different types of technology, then obviously we don't really need to have as much, human labor around. We can just basically self-monitoring it using the technology, using these sensors and softwares. There's a lot of different complexities if you look at the article. That calculates the data and the humidity and all that kind of stuff. Is really, really interesting. The temperature, the light, the water, the soil, everything can be really fine-tunedly monitored.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think next week I'll try and get one of the creators of the Digital Smart Farm Solutions Sensor on the show, where he can hopefully give a demonstration of one of the prototypes that we have. Basically, I think we went through 6 variations, and we finally went, okay, this is the baseline. We can create this like as a completely built already. We can create it as a science kit for kids. We can even sort of get it with educational packages into the school systems. I mean, like, AI is around apparently to stay, as it seems. I mean, I don't think it's going anywhere. So I think maybe we should look at educating the kids on effective AI usage and focus the education around important things like healthcare, agriculture, things that sort of actually matter. Because right now, as far as I can work out, the educational system has completely gone down the toilet. I mean, even when I was in school, and that was back in late 1990s, early 2000s, there was a witness of sort of things rapidly going downhill. It became very much started about standardized testing. We're going to teach you how to pass this standardized test, and stopped people learning how to basically think for themselves at this point. So, because people aren't really thinking for themselves, maybe we bring in the AI, make it fun, interactive, and engaging enough to reshape how people think about their food.
Yeah, that's really true. Definitely the school system needs to be improved and reorganized in a lot of different ways people need to get out of the classroom more. I think even field trips, like if you go back to field trips, like it was great to go out of the classroom, but they would still be drawn back to some kind of written assignment and stuff like that, which was great. But I think that it took away from being able to enjoy the actual experience. Like I always felt stressed, like even to go on a field trip, because there was always some kind of test or assignment that needed to be done.
And you
like,
had to focus on
here?
these certain things rather than take in those bits that you wanted to focus
like was
on.
it really a field trip if you're like kind of stressing about what you need to do when you're back at school or something like that? It's really unfortunate how everything goes back to these kind of standardized tests and memorization and stuff like that. I think that we really need to hone back on what's important, because if you're not getting paid while you're in school, why not learn something that's actually going to benefit you, benefit the environment?
Well,
and,
I
and,
think
and make
I
the
think you
world a better
touched to interrupt. I think you touched on an interesting point. It's like find something to benefit you. I think I'm going to disagree with you on that. Like, well, I think we've all been very much focused on the self, or what? How can this benefit me? What can I get from it? No, I think it's time to say enough is enough. We've all done quite well. A lot of us have done quite well. It's time to be like, no, the world owes you absolutely nothing. Stop expecting these certain things, and go do something. Go do something for the people around you. Like, do something
love
for your
that, yeah.
neighbor, right? Like, and it's easier said than done, I think. I mean, I'm not perfect. I can be selfish at times. We can all be, but the key is noticing it and addressing it and holding yourself accountable to the things you say. Like, everything you say and do has sort of a knock-on effect, right? Like the whole content creator accountability network where this all started. Things don't always go to plan. But the key thing is to follow through, be accountable, hold yourself responsible to what you initially were going to do. And I think we need to start looking at ourselves, because it's very easy to point at the government and go, you it's all your fault. You did this, you did. But we're the ones who vote them in. We're the ones not paying any attention and going, oh yeah, and just letting them do what they do. I mean, we have actually the ability to change much more than we think we do, but we're complacent in this manner. And I think with artificial intelligence around, it's you said something the other day about survival of the fittest. I think to a degree there's going to be in society some people left behind, and I think it's sort of an inevitable, sadly, but the rest of us have kind of got to work to preparing us for climate change. And I say that because climate change is a thing. And it's, I think, a little egotistical that humans say, oh, we can stop climate change. The climate's been changing for 4.6 billion years, and it will go on changing long after we're dead. Really, at this point, we should be preparing for the inevitable harsher weather systems that we see coming. And again, harsher weather systems make farming harder. How do we think now about preparing ourselves? What tools do we have? Who is actually interested in doing this, not for money, but for the point of doing it, right? I think everyone's so lost in, how can I make money quickly, that things are rapidly, unfortunately, spiraling out of control.
Yeah, I love that perspective, because I feel like, unfortunately, our priorities have been really out of whack. I mean, yeah, I've been having this conversation as well with family, like, what's more important, relationships. I've been, being nice, like your kindness revolution, helping to spread the word and positivity. Whereas most people kind of focus more on money, materialistic things, impressing other people. Just, I don't know, like what have this world come to, right? I think that, being on this planet, and if you believe in God or not, I think that we're really have a very simple purpose: being good to others, doing good for the planet, the animals. Like everything matters. Maybe some people think the animals don't matter and they're meant to just be eaten, but I think they also need to be respected. Like, we're all here living on this planet, and we all need to do something to protect it and make it better.
I couldn't agree more with that sentiment you give. Like, it's a tricky one, and that's been one hell of an interesting discussion. We're going to have to look back at that, because we've touched on some many points that I'll want to continue on Tuesdays for Foodie Tuesdays, where we discuss everything related to food, like this fresh tomato. Yeah, that is a good tomato. I would share, but I don't think I can throw that far. Is there something on
As
the
red as your hat. I love it.
It is. It's good. And I got one of these for you too. Is there something on the
Aw,
horizon? Mr. Morning. This is TKR Mornings. I'm Gizmo. That's Francesca. We'll be back at 8:45 for Riff Royale.
Cause if I'm just something you drown out, what good does that do me? It's so easy to get lost in signals and sound waves, difficult to push them away. But I don't want to be known for giving up, so here's what I've got to say. I'm getting lost in the dark again, but I'm still chasing that sunrise and asking anyone listening, is there something on the horizon? Maybe you know, maybe you don't. Either way, just tell me. You can see a glimmer in the distance. I'll listen 'cause it's what I need right now, and the rest I can figure out. So I'll write a manifesto on manifesting better days, 'cause words seem to be the only thing that help me get away. It's so easy to go blind from bright screens and burning buildings, difficult to build something. But I don't want to be known for giving up, so I guess I gotta pipe up and sing. I'm getting lost in the dark again, but I'm still chasing that sunrise and asking anyone listening, if there's something on the horizon. Maybe you know, maybe you don't. Either way, just tell me. You can see a glimmer in the distance. I'll listen 'cause it's what I need right now, and the rest I can figure out. Everybody thinks they're gonna be the one to do it better, but I just don't think that's me. I'm just trying to be good like you, good like I need to be. Everybody thinks they're gonna be the one to do it better, but I just don't think that's me. I'm just trying to be good like you, good like I need to be. Get on with the show!
You never knew what I meant to you until I left, and now you get it. You want me back, but baby, we're through, and this time I actually meant it. I've spent way too long putting up with you. It took a while, but there I said it. If you want me back, then it has to pass through your thick skull, and you'll have to change everything, change your whole personality. 'Cause baby, I everything. You'd expect truth from someone like you, who says they're hopelessly devoted, says they've got your back, next second I'm screwed. Oh God, I should have seen this coming. Starts with one white lie, then they've got you tracing all your alibis. If you want me back, then it has to pass through your thick skull. Then you'll have to change everything, change your whole personality. 'Cause baby, I've moved on, realized you're wrong, you're not right for me. You'll have to change everything, so babe, just forget about me. 'Cause you can dye your hair and I won't care, you're not right for me. You'll have to change everything. The way you talk, the way you lie with your fingers crossed, the way you stare, hands in your hair, the way you act like you give a damn, the way you cried and hard to find. Give it a try, 'cause you ain't got a chance. You ain't got a chance. You'll have to change everything, change your whole personality. 'Cause baby, I've moved on, realized you're wrong, you're not right for me. You'll have to change everything, so babe, just forget about me. 'Cause you can dye your hair and I won't care, you're not right for me. You'll have to change everything. You'll have to
Not for nothing. You look like you might be scared of something. Call it confidence, I call it bluffing. Acrimony vibes, you've got it coming. Not for nothing. It's something shameless. Moving through the room just like you're famous. Bruised egos in your wake and yet you're blameless. Girl, that attitude is so outrageous, so off basis. And it ain't that hard to see. You're off key, dancing but you're sober off the beat. So mean but she makes it look easy. Make way for the queen of vanity. She's the queen of vanity. Your hubris is ruthless. So seeds, but girl, is it fruitless? You lead with your ego. Mosquito. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the fakest of them all? It's you. Well, it's you. And it ain't that hard to see. You're off key, dancing but you're sober off the beat. So mean but she makes it look easy. Make
Oh yeah, it's time for Riff Royale. Team Gizmo over here, Team Francesca over there. Which side are you? Weirdly enough, I've managed to wear the right coloured hat, and you've managed to wear the right coloured hoodie today. So we both get some bonus points. That's the only compliment you're getting out of me for this. The rest is all smack talk. Well, thanks very much. Mine are equally as good. All of them members of the Content Creator Accountability Network, new and some old ones too. So just to explain how this works, what is going to happen is we got AI to pick a bunch of artists from the group, and then it's basically given myself and Francesca 5 of these artists each. Now we then pick a artist a day and we battle them off at the end of the show, and then 24 hours you have to vote for Team Gizmo, which you should do, or Team Francesca, which you shouldn't do. But then after that 24 hours we battle another band, and they have 24 hours to get the most votes, and on Friday which team gets the most votes and points wins Riff Royale for that week. And on top of that, the total of 10 artists that we have is going to be turned into a top 10. So each of the artists get their own individual score as well. And then on a Sunday, we will compile the CCAN Radio's Riff Royale top 10 of the week as voted by you. So some more interactive things to happen. Also a chance to win swag like this when partaking and voting. More information to come on that next week. We're going to keep it simple this week. I think ladies first, I should say, being polite. Or men just before.
Yeah,
isn't
for
that
sure.
Right?
Thank you so much for that. So the first song that we're going to have coming up for Team Francesca is Weather by Bloom Rita. I wish you the best of luck.
Nice.
So I'm switching. I have to start all over from scratch. Yeah, and that's my goal. I want a core base audience. I want core people that ride or die.
That wasn't too bad, I guess. It's not a bad pick for your first pick, Francesca. Not bad. You didn't.
What do you mean not bad? It was.
I wasn't
gorgeous
at all
song.
bobbing my head along on camera to that song. No, it was. No, honestly, good pick. But I think my one's better, and it'll probably give some people some anxiety. You more than likely, Francesca, because it's going to beat your song. This is
Are you
Grayley.
sure?
Anxiety. Go Team Gizmo.
I've never been the type to talk about my feelings. Let it out behind closed doors. Isn't that what rooms are for? It's not that I'm afraid to find a deeper meaning. I have felt it all before, but I hide it in my core. I can't stand always walking the wire. My hands are shaking. I'm not a crier, but I need tears in my eyes on fire. On fire. Anxiety is killing me, and I'm losing my sleep with all this pain inside. I would be honest if anyone can, but nobody's there. I'm barely me, but no one sees anxiety. Don't let me off because my heartache is your healing. I can't take it anymore. Lights out, I'll hit the floor. I can't stand always walking the wire. My hands are shaking and I'm not a crier, but I need tears in my eyes on fire. On fire. Anxiety is killing me, and I'm losing my sleep with all this pain inside. I would be honest if anyone can, but nobody's there. I'm barely me, but no one sees anxiety. Anxiety when I'm alone and I can't breathe. Always finding me, I don't want anyone to see. Anxiety when I'm alone and I can't breathe. Always finding me, I don't want anyone to see. Anxiety is killing me, and I'm losing my sleep with all this pain inside. I would be honest if anyone cared, but nobody's there. I'm barely me, but no one sees anxiety.
Grayley. Epic.
What a great song! I have honestly not bad. I mean, it could
Does that
be
mean
really
I can
close
count on your
this one.
vote? Can I count on your vote?
I
then?
was, I was drumming away, tapping, a very rock hard song. I love that. I mean, I think that both of them are great songs. I do think that mine is also very touching and relatable. The concept of changing like the weather. I think that a lot of people can relate to that in terms of relationships. Are you up? Are you down? Are we good? Are we not good? What's going on? So I really do like my song. Your song definitely got me bobbing my head. So I can't say it hasn't.
Yeah, I
but
didn't
it's
go
all
as
about
deep
the
as you did into
feel.
that. I just went, oh, what's a good headbanger tune? This one. And you've put clearly a lot more thought into promoting your team. So kudos there. I think I'll have to take a leaf out of your book. So who's your second team member you're going to throw into Riff Royale Battle of the Bands on TKR Mornings?
So I actually really love this song. I feel like I personally really relate to it. It's called High Forever by Katie St. Germain. I think she's an amazing artist. Once you hear it, you can see how it just kind of puts you up in the clouds. It's an amazing experience.
Absolutely. Well, Team Francesca, take it away. Katie St. Germain.
Cloud nine, you're the one who put me here. All started when you bought me a beer and we stayed up all night talking. Now I got a ring in your last name. Some things will never change, 'cause baby we're still talking. About big dreams we're living way over the moon. The sky is the limit. That's how we do, that's how we do. You always wanna find that feeling. I'm always gonna break that ceiling. Need that adrenaline rush. Ain't no way we're ever giving it up. There's only one way we're going. Ain't no way we're ever slowing down. Long as we're together, you and I will be chasing that high forever. Nothing ever hits like the first time. We had one hell of a first night, but we still got stars in our eyes. We'll never let them burn out. If I'm ever running, I'm running with you. We don't stop for nothing. That's how we do, that's how we do. You always wanna find that feeling. I'm always gonna break that ceiling. Need that adrenaline rush. Ain't no way we're ever giving it up. There's only one way we're going. Ain't no way we're ever slowing down. Long as we're together, you and I will be chasing that If I'm ever running, I'm running with you. We don't stop for nothing. That's how we do, that's how we do. Always wanna find that feeling. I'm always gonna break that ceiling. Need that adrenaline rush. Ain't no way we're ever giving it up. There's only one way we're going. Ain't no way we're ever slowing down. Long as we're together, you and I will be chasing that high forever. Chasing that high
I mean, can I vote? I mean, I should be voting for my own team, but can I vote for that one? Because actually, that's a stellar choice.
I think that you'd have to be honest on that one. That song really does put me high up in the clouds, chasing that high. I can't. It's so touching. I love it.
Yeah, phenomenal song, and her EP that she's got out right now is definitely worth checking out. You can find her, Katie St. Germain, on Spotify. I'm doing your job. Wait a minute. No, don't do that. You should go find my pick for the second battle, which is Leanne Pearson, also another Manitoban country artist and country battle off. And I could predict, actually, they're going to rank pretty highly in the top 10. Mainly because I'm just going to keep clicking the votes on my team over and over again. No, you can basically vote once for whoever you want. That's not it won't stop you setting up other Instagram accounts and voting again that way. I don't know.
How are you gonna do?
Why do you think I've got so many Instagram accounts? It was for a purpose.
I don't know.
Like I
We're
said,
gonna have bots voting now.
No, if you're calling me a bot, that's pretty rude. No, it would be manually done by me. No, I'm going to make sure that I only vote from one account. I will not vote from TKR Mornings or anything. I will only vote from mine, Scouts Honor or something like that. But yeah, let's Team Gizmo right here. Leanne Pearson, Runaway Bride for Riff Royale.
Sammy was a good man. Took him less than a week to wanna marry me. There was Jared who asked for my hand, with a smile on his face, down on one knee. Oh, I'll say yes every time. This breaking heart's such a crime. Diamond ring. Repeat, I ran before I said I do. Even the preacher stood there shocked. And that was nice and pretty cute. But I took off and never stopped. I know I should, but I don't feel bad. Bell singing a goodbye song. Oh yeah, I do anything for a man so tiny, big carrot shiny, diamond ring. Oh yeah. Run, 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 run. Ooh, run, 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 run. Before I'm done, 'cause I'm a runaway bride running all the time. Got my white boots on and I'm gone, I'm down.
Leanne Pearson for Team Gizmo. Before that, Katie St. Germain for Team Francesca. This is Riff Royale every weekday at 8:45, where we will battle two of the bands, and now it will be your chance on social media to vote. We will be dropping out the posts and the stories so you can get voting. You'll be able to find them at TKR Mornings, at _TKR Official, and many, many more, I should say. We should probably have little links at the bottom somewhere floating around the screen. Should probably, so people know where to go rather than just assuming that they will know otherwise.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's okay.
Well, I think there was a pretty good battle. I think the voting will commence at noon today. We've got to get all that stuff tallied and out there fairly and evenly. So look out for those and support your favorite artist or myself, Gizmo, and I guess maybe Francesca if you like her more than me. I like her more than me, so it's not surprising if you vote for her. Have you had fun today? Did you learn anything?
I think that the songs were really nice. They're very touching. I actually really like my picks, Weather and High Forever. These kind of songs about relationships and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I feel like my songs really put me high up in the clouds. So I really can't complain. I learned a lot about the use of technology with AI and agriculture, and hopefully how they should be used in the best interest of people and society and the environment. So yeah, no, I learned a lot today. How about you?
Excellent. I always learn something new. Off the top of my head, apparently nothing today, but I certainly learned that I'm going to kick ass in Riff Royale. Thank you so much for watching. This is TKR Mornings. I'm Gizmo. That's Francesca. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.